So, I have been wanting to make this video for about, I would have to say a month, but I just didn't know when the right timing was going to be. But since it is now 2022, January 1st, Happy New Year to everyone, this was probably the right time to do so. So, welcome back to the channel, guys. And as you can tell from the title of this video, this is about Jill. And I am a part of that campaign, or movement, I should say, about wanting her back in a Resident Evil game. It's been long overdue, way too damn long, and I'm basically going to tell you guys basically reasons as to why she should return in Resident Evil 9. Or maybe, just maybe, another thing aside from Resident Evil 9. Or maybe it could just build her up. So, anyways, let's get into this vid. Jill Valentine is one of, if not the most beloved Resident Evil character in the entire franchise. Her last appearance in a Resident Evil game was Resident Evil 5, and that took place in 2009, and it released in 2009. We're in 2022 now, and it's basically been 13 long years. And I know Jill fans specifically have been starving, and they have been anxiously waiting for her return, and I really don't blame them at all. Because if it was the same situation for Leon, if he didn't appear for 13 years, I would be a part of that, like, the bring back Leon Kennedy thing as well. But anyways, I hope everyone ends up having a good New Year's Day. I hope everyone smashes their goals for 2022. And one of my goals for 2022, at the end of it, is to hit 1,000 subscribers. If you guys can end up hitting that subscribe button during this video, or you guys can hit the like button on this video, it would be very, very appreciated. And we are really close to 300 subs, and it would be really, really nice to enter 2022 with 300 subscribers. So if you guys do feel, or if you guys do want to hit the subscribe button, feel free to do so, and it would mean an absolute lot and make a huge difference to, get my channel on the map. But anyways, let's get right back into this. Resident Evil fans have been anxiously waiting for Jill's return, and it has gotten to the point where Resident Evil fans started the big ass movement across social media apps such as Twitter, Instagram, Reddit, and Facebook. I don't know about the other two, which are Reddit and Facebook, but I know about Twitter and Instagram, and it is known as the hashtag Bring Back Jill Valentine movement. I would honestly put it in like the movement tier anyways though, because I can easily respect the hell out of Jill fans for what they're doing. They're campaigning for her to return, and I think Capcom, it's been long overdue again, like I've said in the beginning of the video though, so I don't blame them, even though like sometimes you might find it annoying if you end up seeing it, but I wouldn't blame them, because if my favorite character was in Jill's situation, I'd do the same thing. So here are some reasons why Jill Valentine must return in Resident Evil 9. Number 1, 13 long years. So 2009 was the last time she was in a Resident Evil game. Resident Evil 3 Remake does not count because that took place in 1998, and I know Revelations 1 released in 2012, but that took place in 2005. So those games, they don't really count. But I believe the only update she has gotten since the RE5 game was an actual email to Barry Burton in Resident Evil Revelations 2, which is, quite interesting to say the least. And I got the email right here, so I'm just going to read it out to you guys. Hey Barry, how's it going? I hope you're up to your usual wisecracking self. I'm back from Africa. I heard from Chris that after my fight with Wesker, the BSAA listed me officially as KIA, and that you took the news pretty hard. I'm sorry to have caused you such grief. I'm alive and none of the worse for wear. Although I do look a bit different now, well, you'll see. Brunette to blonde. So how are Kathy and the girls doing? Have you managed to patch things up with Moira yet? Girls in their teens can be a nightmare to deal with. I know because I used to be one. You just have to be patient and understanding, and sometimes you just have to give them their space. I know you want to protect her, but you have to be sure you don't become overbearing. But hey, that's just my 2 cents. I can already hear you saying, yeah, I'm the one of those kids. I'll leave it at that. But I do hope you manage to smooth things over. Since you become a consultant for the BSAA, well, I don't have to explain the job, and it's dangerous to you. So every minute you can spend with those you love is valuable time. As for me, ever since getting back, I've been locked up in this lab, and as they run tests on me day in and day out. It's every bit as boring as it sounds. Rehab should be starting soon, so that's something to look forward to. At this point, I take a battlefield full of BOWs overlooking at another test tube again. We should all meet up when I'm back on my feet again. It'll be a blast. Jill. P.S. I heard I didn't even get a funeral, so that means I should be getting one hell of a welcome back party, right, Barry? I have no idea when that note was revealed. I think it was. I don't know if it was in 2012 that she sent the email, or if it was 2009. Because if she's like chilling at the BSA for 3 years and then she's entering rehab, that kind of sounds fishy. So my guess would be it was in 2009, even though Revelations 2 took place in 2012 and it released in 2015. So I kind of do like, I see what's going on there. But nonetheless, though, I think there needs to be a whole lot more for Jill, especially with her, getting old, just like every other Resident Evil character. And we're going to go off to number 2, which is the interesting leak. Now, this is a thing that we could be either 50-50 on, but for me, I'm at least 70% yes or 30% no on this specific leak. A while back, an infamous Resident Evil leaker known as Dust Golem. If you guys are on Resident Evil Twitter, you guys obviously know who the fuck that guy is. Infamous Resident Evil leaker. He ended up saying this regards to Jill Valentine's return. He said this in a Discord server. I really, really, really shouldn't say this. Please, oh please, just keep this in the server. But what I'll say is in one of the 2 RE games on the list, either what I think is Outrage or maybe Apocalypse. Oh, in case anyone is wondering, Apocalypse is apparently like the other name for Resident Evil 9, but it could be changed, like, because you never know. Either what I think Outrage may be or Apocalypse, Jill has a prominent role. In case anyone doesn't know what prominent means, it's basically a key role in the entire thing. But nonetheless, if that's the case, if you guys do want to believe him or not believe him, I don't blame you guys. But that should definitely get you guys excited, because it kind of does have me excited. Because again, 13 long years, and it's probably going to be 14 by the time Resident Evil 9 is going to get released. It'll just be perfect timing, and I think it'll easily be the greatest return in Resident Evil history. Unless somehow, someway, they fucking bring Wesker back. Somehow. There's just a lot of theories that was like, I was just seeing on Twitter and shit like that, and then it was just fucking funny. That I was just seeing like someone saying about a mold theory, about Spencer being back, like due to the mold because of Moran, or nah, you know what, never mind, fuck that. I'm gonna talk about that in another video, if I do. But let's get into number 3, and number 3 is the best replacement for Chris. Resident Evil 8's Villages DLC is going to be revealed sooner rather than later. I would have to say within this month of January or early in February. And I have an interesting predictions, or theory I should say, for what I would say one of the DLCs for RE Village. Because think about it. If RE7 gets 2 DLCs, why can't Resident Evil 8? Chris investigates the bad BSA, which I do believe is the odds-on favorite to be like the first DLC, or like, the main DLC to like, watch and shit like that. He basically, what did I write down here? He basically says some bad shit happens to the point where he needs help, not just from his Hound Wolf squad, but from someone else, or aka someone we haven't heard from in nearly 13 years, and that is Jill. And I would actually really be surprised if Resident Evil Village DLC would actually either build her up for her return, or actually just fucking throw her in there, even though that kind of contradicts what the title of this video is. So, boom, you guys got clickbaited. I'm just kidding. But, her being in the RE8 DLC, because think about it. Is there a BSA HQ in America? Oh, by the way, the HQ that, like, Chris is going to go to, if the DLC is about that, it's in Europe. So, I would definitely think that Jill would be there. And if she ends up returning into that DLC, there's going to be a lot of hype, and everyone's going to fucking explode on all social media apps, and I couldn't wait for it, though. But if it isn't that, then I would have to say they would have to build her up in that DLC to go into RE9. If you guys kind of feel what I'm trying to say here. Another factor that I would also have to say if Jill does return in the RE8 DLC is 2 simple words. Nicole Tompkins. Now, in case anyone who doesn't know who that is, she's the voice actress, or actor I should say, for Jill in Resident Evil 3 Remake. And fun fact, she ended up voice acting Daniela Dimitrescu and Elena in Resident Evil Village. What's interesting is that RE8 and RE3 Remake have some sort of tie between the voice actors, which is quite hilarious though, but I have no idea when they did it, like the voice acting though, but maybe it has something to do with the pandemic that they did like multiple things. Like, for example, Jeff Shine was Carlos and then he ended up being Chris like the next RE game. So I don't know if the pandemic has something to do with that, but I mean, who honestly knows at this point? And then, what was another thing that I would have to say? Yeah. Again, she voiced Daniela Elena for RE Village, and I think that she actually could be the voice actor for Jill if she returns in the RE8 DLC, if they don't bring back Patricia Jolie, who was basically the voice actress for Jill in RE5 and stuff like that. And if they don't bring her back, then definitely the fallback option would be Nicole. But I think personally, the best choice would be Nicole, since she's like, you know, she did a pretty good fucking job in Resident Evil 3 Remake, so it would make sense. So, or hell, who knows? Maybe they might even bring her back for RE9, like Nicole. They could even do both. Like, what if, again, Jill shows up in RE8 DLC, gets built up for RE9, replaces Chris in RE9? Because I know a lot of people are getting, you know, quote unquote tired of Chris. I wouldn't necessarily say that, like, I'm tired of Chris. It's just, he needs a break. That's all I have to say. I wouldn't slander Chris. Oh, and by the way, guys, if you're commenting down below saying, like, trying to, like, slander another RE character for Jill, don't come in here with that negative bullshit. Just use that negativity somewhere else in someone else's comment section. Because I'm not all for that. I'm all about the positivity for Resident Evil. If you guys, you know, if you guys are all cool with that. But a few more interesting questions. But yeah, nonetheless, another thing is that do they bring back the Julia Voth face scan, or do they just stick with the Sasha one in RE3 Remake? You guys let me know in the comment section down below. What do you guys think of Jill returning in Resident Evil 9? I think it's the perfect game for her to return. Again, 13 long years. It's long overdue. And let me know what you guys think of the video. Leave a like on the video. Feel free to hit the subscribe button if you enjoy the content, or if you guys like Resident Evil. And it would definitely help if you guys ended up hitting the subscribe button so I can get to 300 subs. I know I've been repeating a lot of shit in this video though, but you guys understand what I'm trying to say. But nonetheless, I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Take care, peace out, and I will see you guys in the next video. Much love.